Good morning. We have a weather impact alert to talk about, so we're glad you're with us here at Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus, America areas.
And I'm Bridget Piorlo. Yes, we are waiting for that winter weather to roll through our area, and as a result, several schools have already made the decision to close, including Torrington, Canton, New Hartford, and others. We have all those scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Also, check out our website, fox61.com. And Rachel Piscatelli, are you surprised to hear this?
I'm not surprised to see most of those closings coming through from northwestern Connecticut, so our Hilltown communities, where we think the greatest impact is going to be, where they'll likely see a prolonged period of snow. Elsewhere across the state, we will likely get a quick burst of snow and mix for areas inland, and then we'll gradually start to see that rain continue to push through, and we'll switch over to all rain for most of the state with the exception of northwestern Connecticut. In the meantime, right now it is a quiet start to our morning. Give it a couple of hours, at least 2 hours or so, and then we'll likely see the precipitation start to push through. You can see there's plenty, a wall of water coming through, and it's headed in our direction. So let's break this down for you, because this storm is really going to be elevation dependent. So if you're in the northwestern hills, we are forecasting about 3 to 6 inches of snow. So some slippery travel, and it is going to make things pretty tough out there, with the bulk of the heaviest snow, I should say, and precipitation coming through after about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. For areas inland, there's going to be this quick burst of snow and mix, and then it's going to switch over to rain by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So some slick spots are certainly on the table here. If you're in the Hartford area, you're on that cusp, about 1 inch of snow or less. And then along the shoreline, no snow accumulation. This is wet roads, and we're not anticipating any real school delays because of it. You'll just be driving in the rain. Still sloppy though. So give it a couple of hours. We'll start to see that snow and rain begin to push through. It comes down pretty steady after about 2 o'clock. We'll switch over to all rain for areas inland eventually after about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Here's our snow forecast for today. 3 to 6 inches of snow for higher elevations, 1 to 3 for elsewhere, like in Waterbury and Woolkit, and then thinking about 1 inch or less for areas near Hartford. Right now, temperatures are starting off in the 20s and 30s, so it's calm, but it is cold out there. Temperatures will move around 36 degrees in Naugatuck later on, 35 in Hartford, 37 degrees in Wallingford, 39 along the shoreline, and then we're going to be in the mid to upper 30s to right around 40 degrees in southeastern Connecticut. Eventually, as those temperatures warm for areas inland, that's when we're going to gradually start to see that changeover. Heading through Wednesday morning, we will have to watch for slick spots as temperatures drop back below freezing. Into the afternoon, we'll be up around 38 degrees. We are tracking some of the coldest numbers of the season on Friday. We'll have more details on that coming up in just a bit. Here at 6:02, let's check in with the roads this morning. Largely quiet across the state. Let's take a look at various locations here. Over in Branford now on 95. That looks fine, as well as in Bridgeport, Middletown this morning on 91. That looks okay. In Southington, hard to see, but volume remains light at this hour. Your drive times here from Cromwell to Middletown around 3 minutes. Rocky Hill to Hartford is 7, and there's no delays. Route 9 north to I-91 north at 11 minutes. Over to you.
Rachel, thanks. All right, 6:03 right now, and today is expected to be a cold and wet one all across the state. And some people, as Rachel just said, certainly going to be seeing some snow. So Fox 61's Joe Monty is in Torrington right now. Joe, we know Torrington Public Schools is closed along with a handful of other schools. Are you seeing people out there somehow getting ready, getting prepped?
Good morning. Yeah, you know, we saw salt and dump trucks passing by just a little while ago. On my way from Hartford to Torrington, I saw plenty of plows and salt on the road, salt trucks. So I am happy to see people preparing. We spoke to a whole bunch of people yesterday and the day before about, what they're doing to prepare. People say they're used to this type of weather. You can take a listen to what they had to say.
I've got all my provisions. I've got, books to read. I got the snow shovel all ready to go. Christmas decorations will probably go up tomorrow, being as there's probably going to be nothing better to do.
Town roads have been pre-treated this afternoon by our road crew, and they will be out at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, waiting for the snow to arrive.
And while the whole state might not see snow, places in Litchfield County could see several inches. And even if you don't get much snow in your area this time around, AAA says this is a good time for road safety reminders like no cruise control on slippery roads, avoid unnecessary lane changes, don't power uphill, and minimize braking on icy roads. You can also make sure to pack a winter emergency kit in your car if for some reason you got stuck. Include a blanket, maybe a charger, and some other things like a weather radio even as well. That would be a good idea too if for some reason your car couldn't get the signal. So pack some things for an emergency kit and be ready for some winter weather. We're going to be keeping an eye on it for throughout the rest of the morning. We're going to keep you updated on your conditions. For now in Torrington, Joe Monty, Fox 61.
All right, Joe, thank you so much. We appreciate that. Winter weather is expected to impact parts of our state today, but before then, CTDOT has prepared the roads to make sure they are clear of ice and snow. Joining us live right now is Eva Zamaris to tell us more about everything that happens leading up to a snow day. Eva, thanks for being here this morning. We just heard our live reporter, Joe, tell us that plows are moving through the area. How do you prepare for a storm like this?
Well, thank you so much for having me on this morning. I really do appreciate it. So preparations start well in advance. In fact, even months in advance, making sure that our trucks and equipment are ready to go for when that winter weather is here. So we've spent the last few days getting our trucks ready to go, filled up with salt, fueled up. And just within the last hour or two, our crews have been called in. They're getting into their trucks, getting their equipment ready. So when that precipitation starts to fall, they are ready to go. So you're going to start to see our Connecticut Department of Transportation crews staging, for example, along the highways. So again, when that precipitation starts, they're ready to go.
And it's all to prevent icy conditions, treat that black ice as well to prevent slipping and sliding. Do you brine the roads as well as salt? How does the treatment work? And then once the snow starts to fall, what's the approach then?
So they are getting ready to go. They're going to be staging along the highway. So once that precipitation starts to fall, they are ready to go. And our crews, once they're in, they do not go home until those roads are clear. So you're going to be seeing them out all day today, even into tomorrow, just making sure that, again, those roads are clear. They do not go home until the roads are safe for the motorists and traveling public.
And for the motoring public, we have some schools closed, but people do have to work and get to their destination. For those heading out, and what is the first snow of the season, what advice do you have? What tips do you have so that people can stay safe?
We can't say and emphasize this enough that roadway safety is truly a shared responsibility, and that's an important message not only when this winter weather starts to roll in, but truly 365. So if you do have to go out today, we understand people have to get off to school and work. We just ask people to please be careful if you're heading out on the roads. Please reduce your speeds. Give yourself plenty of room between you and the car in front of you. That following distance is so critical. And when you do see our crews out and about, out on the highways, clearing away, again, what this winter weather is bringing us, please do not crowd the plow. We cannot emphasize that enough. You see that on the back of our trucks. It says, please stay back 300 feet. That's about the length of a football field. So please give our crews the space that they need to do the work to once again clear these roads safely and effectively. And again, they will not be going home until these roads are clear. So they're already in, they're starting to stage all across the state, so they're ready to go.
We love to see that, and safety absolutely top of mind. Again, this is the first snow of the season. We don't know what the rest of the winter brings. How do you stay ready? Make sure you have enough supplies, enough salt to treat the roads for the potential snowstorms that are ahead.
Well, again, we start these preparations months in advance. So we are ready for whatever this winter weather does bring. Like I said, everything starts months in advance. Our mechanics, for example, they're a critical piece of this as well. They start doing the checks of all of our trucks and equipment months in advance. We're looking over our supplies. And when that call comes in, our mechanics, the men and women out in the fields clearing away, again, what this winter weather brings, they are ready to go. They're in it. And we really do prepare for months of winter weather, so we're ready to go.
All right, Eva Zamaris with CTDOT, thanks so much for joining us this morning. Really appreciate it.
Yes, thanks so much for having me on. Stay safe, everyone. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks again.
And we hope you stay with Fox 61 for the latest on this storm. We're going to have the live radar up. Stream it on Fox 61 Plus so that you can check it out anytime as the storm moves our way. You can download Fox 61 Plus onto your TV and watch for free. 6:09 now, and the parents of a 2-year-old boy who died nearly 3 years ago have pleaded guilty to all charges. Edgar Esmael Gomez and Iris Rivera Santos pleaded not guilty in Stamford Superior Court last week. Their son, Liam, was found buried in Cummings Park in early January of 2023. Detectives said that the couple gave inconsistent statements during their investigation, and they said that evidence showed that the pair did things that put their son's well-being in danger. To this day, police still don't know the exact circumstances of the little boy's death. The parents are scheduled to be sentenced in February. And one woman's been arrested in connection to a stabbing in Torrington last month. Police say 46-year-old Danielle Van Doren stabbed a 74-year-old woman at a home on Etna Avenue. This happened back on November 11th. They say Van Doren was experiencing some type of altered mental status and told officers on the scene that she was told to kill her wife. Van Doren was taken into custody yesterday. She was arraigned in Torrington Superior Court. The victim's been released from the hospital and is recovering.
Bristol police have identified the man who died in a crash on Friday. They said 42-year-old James Amahi Kelly of Andover, Massachusetts, crashed into a utility pole. It happened on Battle Street at James P. Casey Road. You're taking a look at that area on the map on your screen here. Police are asking anyone who witnessed the crash or has video of it to give them a call. And take a look at this video from Sunday night that we got from East Haven Police. It shows several people in masks spraying a police cruiser with a fire extinguisher and then throwing it at the vehicle. An officer was inside at the time. Thankfully, they were not injured, but scary nonetheless. It happened at the ShopRite Plaza on Foxon Road around 2:30 in the morning. Police were initially called there because of people blocking the road, doing burnouts and setting off fireworks. East Haven Police are calling this a targeted act of violence, and investigators are searching for everyone involved. So if you have any information, you're asked to contact police.